Most people think coleslaw has to live in the fridge, but this is one of my favorite shelf-stable recipes for a quick side dish, especially over the summer. Once I learned how to water bath can this, it completely changed my plans for how much cabbage I plan to plant in my garden. This is part of my CAN-uary series where I'm learning and teaching you skills to make food shelf-stable and to make your life easier. I like having this canned coleslaw ready for over the summer when we're really busy, or springtime, or anytime really. When you're really busy and you just need a quick side dish, this is a really easy go-to that you can take anywhere, you can do anything. You can use it on tacos, you can use this on sandwiches, burgers, hot dogs, anything you can think of. This is a vinegar-based coleslaw, which I very much prefer over a mayonnaise-based coleslaw. It's just my preference. I think it's a lighter type of coleslaw. I think it just tastes better. Yes, I'm using cabbage, but this is not fermented sauerkraut. I also water bath can sauerkraut, but this is not the same thing. It has a crunchy, tangy taste, and you can still have the crunch even after you've water bath canned it, I promise. The ingredient list is really simple. You're getting your cabbage, a bell pepper, onion, carrots. Then you're gonna have your brine, which is vinegar, sugar, water, and a couple spices, and that's it. Very, very easy. Now that I'm over 40, I just really appreciate healthier types of foods, lighter feeling foods, and I try to focus on whole foods. And so that's one of the reasons I like the vinegar-based coleslaw, simply because I feel like it's a healthier version than the mayonnaise-based. I feel like it just seems to sit better on my stomach, and it's a little bit easier to digest, I believe, than other versions. But this is not medical advice. You do what you like better.
This is not a fermented sauerkraut recipe, even though I do water bath can sauerkraut and I love that. This is a pickled vinegar-based coleslaw, which will make it easier to be shelf-stable and versatile. I gravitate toward a vinegar-based slaw, especially as I am in perimenopause and trying to be as healthy as possible. I just feel like it is a healthier option than a mayonnaise-based coleslaw. Vinegar-based tends to sit better on my stomach, and I just like that better. It's not medical advice, just something I've noticed in my own health journey as I am working toward keeping my gut health as happy and as good as possible. So let's talk about this. We're going to shred up and chop up our cabbage, our carrots, our onion, and our bell pepper. You want to try to keep the size as consistent as possible. I just think that it makes it a little bit better whenever you're canning this. And I do slice my onions very thin, but I do not slice my cabbage very thin. I hope that helps whenever you're making this. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of salt. I use mineral salt into a bowl and squish it up and mix it up really well and let that sit while you work on your brine. The brine is really easy. It is just vinegar, water, sugar, and then I add the mustard seeds and celery seeds, which are optional, but I really do think it kicks up the recipe a notch having those flavors in it.
We have our coleslaw that has been rinsed, and now we're going to add our brine to it. And then we're going to just mix it all up and add it to our jars to water bath can.
Make sure you really get the brine incorporated around your veggies very well.
Looks good.
Okay, put your funnel on your canning jar. You can do pints or quarts. I chose to do pints for this. And you're going to just scoop in all of your cabbage mixture here and then poke it down as much as you can so that you can fill up that jar as much as possible. You're going to also leave about 1/2 inch of head space on the top. That's just the space between the lid and the food itself. And then I also add in the rest of the brine to fill it up. You want the liquid covering your cabbage if you can. Here's another angle so you can kind of see it a little bit better. I just stuff everything into the jar as much as I possibly can. That just does better whenever you're water bath canning, to fill the jars as full as possible. And then you add the brine on top so that it is completely covered with the liquid brine and all the seasonings. That just really helps it seal better. And then we're going to fill up our water bath canner while we are finishing this up. We take a vinegar paper towel and wipe the tops of our jars so that everything is clean, and add our lids to it. You can use whatever lids you want to use. I like ball or 4 jars, but it doesn't matter. And then you're going to tighten the rings around it. Make sure it's fingertip tight and add it to your boiling water bath canner. You're going to want to can this for 20 minutes for the pint jars.
Once these are cooled and sealed, they will go straight to the pantry. In the summer or during busy times of the year, you will have an easy side dish that is ready to serve at the drop of a hat. Finding recipes like this definitely helps me with my garden planning in the future, because now I know that I can plant even more cabbage and have a preserved food that is something other than just sauerkraut. It just sealed. If you're building pantry skills this winter along with me during our CAN-uary time period, this is definitely an easy one you can add to your list, especially if you're a beginner canner and you're just wanting to water bath can. This is easy. Thanks for being here. Keep following along as I post more canning videos, preserving videos, and we'll be working on herbal remedies that are also shelf stable soon. So let me know though, what is a canning recipe or what is a food you would like to learn how to can, and I'll see if it's something that I can teach.